Hey, what's up? It's Raised Blue. It's nice to see you guys again. I know it's kind of been a minute, and I've also got a new look. But don't worry, this look isn't permanent. I'm actually going to take it off right now because I only had it on for the intro. Alright. So now that that's off, you may be asking, why am I uploading now? What was so important for me to start uploading to this channel again? Well, that's a few things. One, I actually have passion for the channel again because of stuff like music and different shows coming out, and just the fact that I have more drive in general to make content. So today, I'm doing something a little different. I'm not reviewing a show or a movie or a video game. This time I'm actually going to be reviewing an album, and this is the one we're going to be reviewing. This is called The New Era by Brandon Mack and Butane Baby. They're two underground rappers from Sacramento, California, and they just released their debut EP. Going into this record, I thought, okay, this sounds pretty cool, but I just found myself loving this record way more than I expected to. This was like almost album of the year material, but we'll get into that. Usually, whenever I'm scrolling through Instagram, it'll give me an ad for like an underground artist, and that's kind of how I find my underground music, I guess, like my underground hip-hop stuff. It recommends me some artists that are not very well known at all. So going into this, I thought, okay, well, this is like an amateurish thing that was produced by just two guys. But I was very, very pleasantly surprised with the first song off of this EP, Hit the Ground Running.
The new era begins now. Yeah, I like to hit the ground running. I like to move fast when I'm chasing that money.
Hit the Ground Running isn't the best track off of this EP. I thought it was just a very cool, powerful, banging opener for an album like this, and it got me really interested to hear the rest of it because it's like, okay, this plus Schmeat World, which I had already heard from the Instagram sponsorship, these are really good tracks. Like, this is surprisingly above the level of quality that I was expecting from an Instagram sponsored post. This first track actually sets the tone for the entire EP very well because it has a very good performance from both of these guys. They give good lyricism, funny one-liners, and just good chemistry all around. I love the beat. It's got like these alarming synths around it the entire time. It's like it sounds really cool, and it's really attention grabbing when you open this EP. It makes you want to keep coming back for more. Now, by this point, I thought the peak might be Hit the Ground Running because I liked it more than Schmeat World already, but I really did connect with this track. I give it like an 8.75 out of 10, not quite a 9, but it was really good, and I thought, okay, surely it can't get better from here. But then the second track of this LP, On Fong, really, really upped everything. I give this track like a 9 out of 10. The beat is insane on this one. It's really punchy. It mixes like these dance-style cowbells and these little beepy things all over the track, and it's just really textured and impressive. And the thing about this track's rapping is that it has chipmunk kind of vocals on it, which I usually am not a fan of. They really, really work here. They show that energy. They show the zaniness. They show the performance of these two very good. Definitely one of my favorite off of the LP, which is saying a lot because I, love this thing. Now, by this point, I was pretty much sold by this album. I was like, okay, maybe Hit the Ground Running was their best. And then I heard On Fong. And then now it's even better. I heard Gloves On. Gloves On is amazing. Gloves On is the third track off this album. Jeez, man, it is so good. I love the vocal effects that they put onto the rapping on this one, and also the lyrics are very up there. Some lyrics that I remember liking are, I'm Mark Twain, you're Sam Clemens.
Mark Twain is a popular author, but his real name was Sam Clemens, and Mark Twain is just his stage name.
And then he goes on to say that you're just a stage name, I'm the real guy. With groups like this, I think that the good production and the great beats and like overall sound, you lose some of the lyricism focus with that.
Hey, what's up? It's post-production Raised Blue here. I just wanted to clarify that lyricism doesn't really matter when the tracks sound amazing, in my opinion. I'm not like a stickler for the lyrical miracle spiritual individuals on a vehicle. It's satirical type of things. I don't really care for lyrics like that. I just think that a track is made better with some funny one-liners and like witty lyrics. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify that other groups that may have like not so deep and thought-provoking lyrics such as the Beastie Boys or Joey Valence and Bray are still amazing, and it doesn't really matter what they say because it sounds good, but I do think that it does make it better when they are actually saying something. Again, not a knock at them, just, it's something that Brandon Mack and Butane Baby are doing really well on this album, and I just wanted to shout them out for it. So, yeah, post-production, Ray, out.
With these guys, they were really on point with like slapping you with these really interesting and funny lyrics. And that's one of the things I commend this album heavily on is the lyricism. I think it's great. I think that there are a bunch of funny one-liners that fit the album's kookiness really well. It made me love this thing even more than I already would have if it was just like the production or if like the lyrics were a little lacking. It just made me love it that much more. Now, I had already said that I heard Schmeat World before, but I had only heard it on the Instagram post, and it was kind of just okay to me. It was, like, still a pretty good track, but it wasn't mind-blowing. It was just enough to grab my attention to come to this album. And getting to it on the record, it is a little bit of a drag. I give it overall, like, an 8 out of 10, like 7.5 to 8 out of 10 range. I don't know why they're promoting the hell out of this song over something like Sack Disease or Gloves On. Like, those are the bangers in my opinion. Those are great with like amazing instrumentals and amazing rapping, and it's like those are the elevated tracks on this LP in my opinion. They even could have used From the Ashes, which is like a great secondary to closer track off of this album, but they chose Schmeat World and I don't get it. The chorus that just repeats Schmeat World, Schmeat World, Schmeat World gets a little tiring after you hear it. It's again, it's not bad. It's just like in comparison to everything else, it is a lull. But, overall still 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. Luckily, things really, really kick up with the second to last song on this LP, From the Ashes. From the Ashes is this insane cinematic kind of track with these crazy guitars that kick in on the second half, some great rapping, a really interesting bass on the intro. It is just like everything I could ask for on this album. It's my second favorite song here, and it is genuinely like a 95%, like a 9.5 out of 10. Love this one. Love how it's like mixing rap and rock in a way that I've never seen done before. Lil Yachty had the record Let's Start Here in 2023, I think. And that album was great, but he wasn't rapping. And it was like more like a melodic experience. So it wasn't really mixing rap, it was mixing psych trap with rock. But it was something that kind of had already been done before by the likes of Travis Scott on Rodeo. But with this, it's not psych trap that's being fused, it's genuine hip hop. The only songs that I've seen this on are songs from the actual Beastie Boys. Those guys were pioneers in this sound, but these two take it to a whole other level. I'm in love with what they're doing on this track. It's really, really impressive how innovative this is, in my opinion. I think this is like it's great. It's what else can I say? And that's not even the last track on the album. The last track, in my opinion, is the best one. That is Sack Disease. It's basically a diss track on a whole county of California. Yeah, it's a very interesting track, and I thought that there's no way they could top From the Ashes because that is a borderline perfect song. And it is kind of better. It is so close to being a 10, guys. For me, my 10s, I like to have that as the most prestigious thing you can ever give a song, as like this high level of prestige, this high level of ranking. It's got to be perfect. And unfortunately, Sack Disease, I wouldn't rank it above all of that. Like, I wouldn't rank it amongst that, but it's very damn close. I gave it like a 9.6 out of 10. It's just like, it's so amazing. It's borderline perfect. Like, it's amazing. I think that this song as a closer for the EP is a much better closer than Hit the Ground Running is an opener. I think that it does its job way better, like at least 2 points better. Sack Disease just like wraps up everything here perfectly. It takes all of the themes that were discussed in this album, like just the zaniness of the lyrics and all the production and the guitars on this thing hit like a fucking truck every time. It is a genuinely amazing closer. It is one of my favorite songs of the year. Like, it might be my favorite. I'm genuinely like blown away by the sounds that were forged on this album and how insanely well these two genres mixed. I never thought that I would hear anything like this, especially not from an Instagram sponsored post, and some people who I did not expect to have this amazing of a production behind their album. The final score that I would give this EP is a solid 9.2 out of 10. Or 92% if you were to get that on a test or something. The only reason it's not like at a 95 or even 100 is because of tracks like Schmeat World, which is not at the level that everything else is, and also Hit the Ground Running is not like the 9 that it could be. But this is still an amazing project, and I wish it was longer. This EP is only 6 songs long, and that is very short, right? But the whole time you're listening to it, it feels way longer than it actually is because of how entranced you are in these insane boom bap type sounds that are littered all over the track list here. This is genuinely a surprise, and I love it. It is like my second album of the year, right behind Quedeca's Scrapyard. That one I would rate a little higher than this one, because the Scrapyard is amazing, and I'll get into that on a separate video. And I am so excited to hear more from these guys. Again, this is Brandon Mack and Butane Baby. Please follow them on Instagram. I'll link it here. They're doing some amazing stuff, and I can't wait to see what they do in the future. And with that, it's time to put the bunny mask on for the outro. With all that out of the way, yeah. Let me know if you guys like this video down below. Let me know if you like the format, the editing, stuff like that. I do accept constructive criticism, so, you know, please let me know if there's stuff that I could be doing better. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Please check this album out. I'll link it all down in the description below. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, the usual streaming services. It's even on Tidal. Like, people release stuff on Tidal still. That's crazy. Regardless, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Raise Blue, out.